Hello everyone, myself Shweta Shetty, Assistant Professor, Department of ISE, MITM. So today I am going to handle the lab Computer Networks, that's the 18 CSL 57. So what is there in this particular lab and what are the things you are going to learn? That's the main thing you should analyze. What is the objective of this network simulation is nothing but it demonstrates operation of network and its management commands, and it simulates and demonstrates the performance of GSM and CDMA, and it implements data link layer and transport layer protocols. So basically the aim of this particular network simulation is to how to implement, how to analyze and evaluate the networking protocols. That's the main concept. And second thing is how to implement and demonstrate the working of different concepts of networking using Java. That's the basically you are going to learn how actually the networking concepts can be used, and in order to analyze the network topology performance, that is the packet transmissions from the source to the destination, you will be analyzing. So basically you have the two parts over here. That is the part A, which we are going to deal with the network simulation. That is where you are going to deal with the simulations, how to work on the simulations and how actually the network simulations will be working on. And the part B, you have the some of the programs where you are going to deal with the leaky bucket, CRC and the congestion traffic control. So all those programs you are going to deal with the part B. So let's concentrate more on the very first part, that is the part A, NS2. So what is this NS2? That is the Network Simulator 2. So what's the use of this and why we need to use this NS2? So what were we using in the previous things? That's the thing you should know first. So basically this is the network simulation, that is the NS. So in the very previously we used to deal with the where the tool was used. Basically we used to use the tool in the form of a diagrammatic form, that is where we used to drag and drop the components and we need to form the network simulation and we used to get the output. But there is the evolution over the network simulation where we have come up by the NS2 and NS3. So NS2, that is all with the, it is going to deal with the C++ as well as the with the combination of the object oriented concepts, where in your NS3, that is the where you are going to deal with the Python language as well as the C++ language. So here in particular to your NS2, we are basically dealing with the C++ concept as well as the OTCL concepts. So the C++ and OTCL, how we are going to use and what is the use of it and how we are going to deal with the network simulation is the concept here. So if you need to analyze the basic to this, very firstly in the NS2 we are going to deal with the command language, that is called as the TCL, that is the tool command language. So what is this tool command language and how it will be useful in network simulation is the concept you need to analyze. So basically this we are going to deal with the back end and front end process. So whatever the script we are going to get, that is the TCL command script what we are going to write, that will be converted with the form of a simulation objects. So the simulation objects will be created in the two forms, one in the back end and other in the front end. So this back end will be working on the C++, whereas your front end will be working on the OTCL, that is object oriented tool command language. And what is the intermediator between this, particularly with respect to your OTCL and your C++? That is nothing but that is the your TCL-CL, that is the tool command language class. This is the intermediate which connects the both back end and the front end, and within this it will be working under the NS2 shell execution commands. So basically you need to analyze this, how actually the network simulations will be done. So there are some of the operations to be performed, very first step. So what is that? Very firstly, the first step is to create the event scheduler. So we are going to create the one of the event scheduler, and the second step is the we are going to create a file, and with the opening of the files we are going to create the nodes. And the next thing is we are going to create the links. So what is the type of links we are going to deal here? So basically that deals with the transmission mode. That is already I learned, that is the simplex, duplex and the half duplex. So what is this duplex? Basically we are concentrating here on the duplex concepts. That is, it is both the bidirectional part where we are going to send the required data as well as the receive the particular data. For an best example, our cell phones. So likewise we are going to link here perspectively on the, either it might be the unidirectional or it might be the half duplex or it might be the duplex, that is the full duplex. So on basis of this thing we are going to connect, or we are going to link the two particular nodes, and after this we need to connect the required traffics. So for that, or it might be we are going to deal with the connections can be performed in the form of agents. Basically we are concentrating here on the TCP and UDP, that is the transmission control protocol and user datagram protocol. And in order to do by conducting the or attaching the agents, next further step will be you need to add on the traffics. So that is the CBR and the FTP. CBR, that is the constant bit rate, whereas the FTP is the file transfer protocols. And finally we are going to, on connecting all these steps, we are going to find what are the packets that will be followed from one node to the other node. So that's the main objective in these simulations. You are going to find out how the traffic congestion bit occurs, as well as the one more thing is you are going to trace the packets in the networks. So how will you trace and how can we observe the output of the particular simulation is the best thing you should analyze in the NS2. So as I said, whatever the TCL command script that will be converted in the back end and the front end, the final output will be in the form of the two files, that is the trace file. One is the trace files that will be in the form of two. One is xgraph and one more is the NAM. What is this xgraph and what is this NAM? So in order to trace the required files in the network simulation, that's the main advantage of NS2, where we can trace the each packets that is flowing from the two nodes. So basically to analyze that, we are going through the two files here, that is in the form of a graphical form and one more in the form of a animation, that is your NAM. So with the help of this network animation tool, you can trace the each packet of file, how much of the packets that is been dropped and how much of the packets that is been received from each nodes of the networks. So likewise you need to analyze the requirement of the NS2 in this particular flow. So basically the very first step in the network simulator is to create the network simulation object. That is nothing but, in a short, we call it as the NS. So you will observe in upcoming programs how to deal with the network programs. So we'll go with the simulation experiment number 1, point to point network. So first aim is to implement 3 nodes point to point network with the duplex links between them and set the queue size, vary the bandwidth and find the number of packets dropped. So very first open the text editor, type the TCL program with the extension .tcl. So set the NS, that is the new simulator objective, set NS new simulator. Then second step is we need to create the file, that is the set the NF, open the program 1.nam. nam is the animation file, that is .nam extension with the write mode. Then after this you need to trace all that happens with the this particular NF new file, and set END is the node. Okay, so with that open the program $trw, then $ns trace all $nd. After this we need to set the procedure of finishing. Once we has been done with the creation, next procedure is to finish it. So globally we are going to declare NS, NF and ND. After that we need to flush trace. What is the use of this $NS flush trace is nothing but it gives the info regarding the where actually the files should be dumped to the respective paths. Hence flush the trace. Then close $NF, that is a new file, close $node file, and now execute the NAM program1.nam and exit 0. Before this, as in the program aim itself is to create the three nodes and we need to form the duplex link. Before that we need to create the 3 nodes. For that give the command set n0 $NS node, set n1 $NS node and set n2 $NS node. In regarding to this, what we are supposed to do, where it forms the 3 nodes n0, n1 and n2. After this, as already discussed regarding the 3 types of transmission modes, where the links will be simplex, half duplex and the full duplex. So here we are going to concentrate on the duplex link with the dollar, that is the nodes connectivity between the linking the nodes $N0 and $N1 with the 1 MB of the bandwidth and 10 ms of the delay, that is the propagation delay, and drop tail. What is this drop tail? Basically each node will set out some of the queue management system. Once the queue is filled, whatever the packets arrives, that will be discarded. So once the filling of the required fields of the queue will be done, later whatever the packets, that is extra packets that will be dropped down, that is nothing but the drop tail. So $NS duplex link, again $N1 and N2 with the bandwidth of 512 KB and 10 ms drop tail. And also we need to set the queue limit. Okay, so for that $NS queue limit $N1 to N2 will be 10. So queue limit also we are supposed to give, otherwise it will be run off with the according to the requirements. Hence we have set just 10 here. Then the next step is, as in the operations of the simulation, once we are creating the nodes, once we are going to give the links, next thing is we need to use the required agents. So here we are going to concentrate basically on UDP and TCP. So here that is the UDP, user datagram protocol we are going to deal. So we need to attach the UDP 0 to this particular node and attach the agent N0 and UDP 0. So by doing this you will get to know that where it has been attached. Next is we need to find the packet traffic behavior. For that we are going to use set CBR, that is the constant bitrate 0, new application traffic CBR. This should be capital, keep it in mind. T should be capital and A should be caps. Then $CBR 0 set packet size. We are going to set the packet size. It should be 500 and interval should be only 0.005. This you will understand while running the simulation. Next CBR 0 attach agent $UDP 0. Then set the sync. New agent /null $NS attach agent $N2 $sync. Then $NS connect $UDP 0 $sync. After that we need to say when to start and when to stop the simulation. For that $NS at 0.2 $CBR 0 start and $NS at 4.5 $CBR 0 where stop. And finally whole process of the simulation should be stopped at 5.0 milliseconds. Find the text in the scripts. So here that file should be begin d count equal to 0, r count equal to 0. This d count is nothing but that is the drop count and number of packet received. So the packet count will be initialized to 0. Next, event equal to $1. If event equal to d, that is the drop, then take the count of d count plus plus. If the event is happening with respect to receive, then take the count r count plus plus. With this, the number of packets dropped will be get and the packets received. Now it's time to run the simulation. Go to the terminal, ns program1.tcl. Now press the play button. After that, simulation is completed. Run the awk file. Why? We need to see the output, the number of packets dropped. Hence, give the command awk -f program1.awk program1.tr. After this, you will find the number of packets dropped. That is it. Next, to see the traffic file content, open the file. We need to trace the file, hence we will get vi program1.tr. So with that, you will get the one of the trace file. Here you need to analyze what is the structure. So this structure is nothing but that's the structure of trace file. It has the sum of the 12 fields. First is event, next is time, next is from node, next to node, next the packet type, next packet size, next flags, then FID, source address, destination address, sequence number and packet ID. So here what you need to identify here is the plus sign is the number of packets sent and minus is the number of packets. Plus will be always NQ, that is the packet arrival. Minus is the DQ, that is the packet's departure. Plus will be arrival and minus should be, that is the departure. So this gives the counts of your how many packets has been received and how many packets should be is been departed. Accordingly, you have here R and D, that is nothing but the number of packets received and number of packets dropped. This is how you have got the output, the number of packets dropped result. So by this, I think you have understood the very first simulation point-to-point network. Thank you.